Hello, Jesuit sports fans, and welcome back to episode 5, 5 weeks of the Jesuit Sportscast. And happy Twin Day. If you can't tell, Kenny and we're twinning today, and I'm your co-host, Lucy Maddox.
And I'm your co-host, Kenny Dice. Lucy, you covered Twin Day. It's been a really tough day for me in the halls today. Everyone keeps coming up to me thinking I'm you, and it's been a hard day.
I know. Me too. We'll see what happens the rest of the day, though. Anyways, let's jump right into it. Women's soccer hosted Westview.
Yeah, Lucy, 8-0 win for the Crusaders. Mare Dunn tallied a goal. Natalie Weber had 3, and Joe Frischknecht had 4.
Yeah, it was Natalie and Joe. They were going back to back after Mare Dunn strike the first goal, and Joe Frischknecht had maybe one of the most beautiful goals I've ever seen with a header straight into the back of the net, and wow, it was spectacular to watch.
Yeah, sticking on the women's soccer train, they also faced Southridge, and Lucy, similar score, 8-0. What do you think?
They're just keeping their games short. I mean, definitely exciting. I know some soccer games, they're slow, not a lot of action, but if you want to go to an action-packed game of soccer, head to a women's soccer game at Jesuit High School. They're always keeping them interesting.
Yeah, and Lucy, this isn't a one-time thing. I feel like most of these games this season has been 8 goals, 9 goals, 7 goals. Anywhere above 5 is pretty much the standard for Mr. Fenna and his team.
Yeah, I completely agree. And looking at another win from the soccer program, the men's team headed to Westview last week, and they walked away with a 1-0 win. And I think this is definitely a boost of confidence after their loss against Lincoln. And it was Kogan Albertini who had the goal, and he was assisted by a beautiful cross from Griffin Scott. And I don't know, I think it's great to see that they're getting back into their momentum.
For sure. I think they've suffered some disappointing losses recently with Lincoln, but this Westview game was really a boost of confidence for the male Crusaders, and hopefully they can continue their winning train in the next coming weeks. Lucy, men's soccer had another game against Southridge here at Cronin. How did that go for the men?
Well, it looked like they kept the ball rolling, and they did continue that winning streak and walked away with a 4-1 victory. Goals by seniors Carson Stone, Connor Gawant, Angel Salazar, and Pablo Salazar. So I think that was pretty awesome. Like a 3-goal separation between the two teams definitely helped, show the men that they are the best team and that they can really make themselves a name in state this year.
And it's also great to note that all the goal scorers from that night were all seniors. So it's really cool to see Jesuit with a powerful senior class and getting all the seniors in at the end of the game, really just to show some seniority on the field.
Love that. And another game against Southridge was our volleyball team away. Kenny, let's hear about that.
Yeah, Lucy, honestly, there's not much to say. Jesuit won in 3 sets, and, they might as well keep the bus running in the parking lot. Just 3 sets every single game. Dominant powerhouse for the Jesuit volleyball team, and let's see if they can continue into the playoffs.
Yeah, I definitely think they will be able to. I mean, with all these games, I know we've seen some strong seasons in the past, and it kind of gets more difficult in playoffs towards the end, but there's something about this season. I have a good feeling that they're just going to keep plugging away towards state, but, we'll see.
Yeah, we've had some disappointing losses in the last years in the playoffs, whether that's in the championship or semifinals, but I'm feeling good about this year as well, and they look really great out there on the court, so we'll see if they can bring it home this year.
Yeah, and in another exciting win, our football team traveled to Aloha and got their first win of the season.
Yeah, 70-0. The win margin wasn't small, that's for sure.
Nope.
I think Jesuit was definitely trying to prove a point with these first 4 losses of the year, really just trying to get their spirits back on the right path, heading into Metro League play in the playoffs, and I think it was a great win for Jesuit.
Yeah, and Lonnie Burt, back on the stat sheet, he's always there. 4 touchdowns, making it a very commanding win for this football team, so it'll be exciting to see what they can do in this Metro League season. And now for the preview of the week, our men and women's cross-country team hosts the only league meet of the season, and that is against Southridge and Westview. We've seen some games against those two teams this past week, and they went pretty well, so it'll be exciting to see how our cross-country team can compete against them.
Yeah, Lucy, later in the week, both the men and women's soccer teams face Aloha. The women play at home, and men travel to Aloha.
Yeah, those will be exciting to watch. I mean, after the football game against Aloha, and they took them down, nice to see what the soccer team can do against them. And our volleyball team is also hosting the Warriors. And I think after their amazing games so far, it'll be great to see what they can do to these Warriors as well and keep paving their way through the Metro League season.
Looks like a rivalry's forming between Jesuit and Aloha. A lot of games right now.
I guess so.
We also have another cross-country meet, the annual Nike Hole in the Wall event hosted up in Washington. Jesuit has won the past 3 years, but let's see if they can make it a four-peat.
Yeah, with seniors like Liliana Hudnut and Caden Swanson, I think they have a pretty good shot, but we'll see what happens as they head to Washington. And now, Kenny and I's sport event of the week, the football game against Westview this Friday, the homecoming game, and after a very commanding win against the Aloha Warriors 70-0, I'm excited to see what the Crusaders can do against another Metro League team.
Yeah, I am too. And it'll be another great Metro League matchup. As you said, great win against Aloha. Let's see what they can do against the Wildcats. Thank you for watching this week's installment of the Jesuit Sportscast. I'm your co-host, Lucy Maddox.
And I'm Kenny Dice.
Oh, look at that, Lucy. Even we did it. Happy
Gosh.
Twin Day, Jesuit. We'll see you all next week for episode 6 of the Jesuit Sportscast.
Thank you.
Thank you.